breathe and presence your body. And we're going to use these specific points that you brought up because I think they're really, really beautiful. And just feel your body, let your eyes close and deepen your breathing. That was point 2 that you said. Breathe, relax my shoulders, and allow the release of old energy. So just start with that one. What it does when we breathe a little more fully and we relax our shoulders, I mean, you relax any part of your body. It allows the opening between the conscious and the unconscious. A lot of what we hold in the programming that's playing through the body and the nervous system and the immune system, a lot of that is in the subconscious programmings. And we won't access that when we're in tension, because the tension keeps us in fight or flight, keeps us in the go, keeps us in the attachment and the agenda. So if we just take a breath and relax the shoulders, it begins to release that energy. So we access the deeper spaces. Three was presence as much as possible. So you stay present to what's here. I notice what's here. There's tension, there's fear, there's physical sensation. 4 was slow life down. Same thing, right? When I breathe a little more slowly and I presence what I'm feeling and sensing more fully, it does slow everything down. 5 is trust, the innate intelligence that's designed to heal itself. So that helps me remember to let go. If I remember there's the intelligence that created me is right here, right now, here in me, I'll be a little more willing to let go. If it created me, it pretty much knows what's needed in this moment. 6 is the healing happens through me, not from me. So that it also invites me to let go even more fully. This isn't something I can do, no matter how hard I try, that I even can do. I can only allow the circumstances where it can come through me. So letting go, softening, breathing, surrender. 7 is everything is happening for me, not to me. And that one can remind you to be a better receiver, to be more receptive instead of blocking, defending, or fighting against what's happening around me, what's happening within me, what someone says, and then the system automatically gears up, barriers go up. We've got to, oh, that's not true. We fight. If I remember everything's happening for me, I'll be a little or a lot more receptive to circumstances that I don't think I like, sensations, experiences that I may be judged as wrong. 8 was stop trying so hard and wanting things to be different. And this is one of the things we'll be working with along with number 1. That's our main one. So release the trying to make things change. When I remember, wait a minute, it's happening for me. There's way less of a need for it to be different right now. 9 was stop buying into the victim's story. So this is another component of what we'll do with number 1. We'll go back to number 1. The victim story is the ego's ideas, judgments, assumptions, beliefs, what it's telling us, the painting, the picture it's painting, the frame in which it's seeing everything. So I can let it be there without buying into it or playing it out. I can just acknowledge, wow, there's this way of seeing things that has me feel like life is not happening for me, like I'm a victim. And I can just let that story be there. I don't need to buy into it. 10 is stop searching for the right treatment, diagnosis, let go of analyzing and figuring it out. And this can be a really challenging one because that search is a way to escape. a way to escape the feelings, the sensations, the circumstances that we just really don't want. And so when we embrace this way of life, this receptivity and openness, we actually become more willing to just be where we are, as we are, how we are. But we begin to see that that is exactly what allows everything to change. So it's only when we stop searching to escape where we are that we stop feeding and creating where we are, and something new gets created. So stop searching for the escape, the diagnosis, the treatment, the thing, the fix, and actually be more fully in the now, as it is, where it is, how it is. And that brings us back to number one, which is where we'll do a little bit of work today. Embrace and accept all symptoms. There is nothing to fix, do, or control. And so take a breath. And I want you to first welcome that there's an agenda. Don't make it wrong. This agenda, okay, I'm going to do these things, and then this is the outcome. This is what has to happen. This is the result I'm after. What if it doesn't create that result? So let's go back to number one. What if I just welcome that I have this agenda, that there's this attachment? Maybe it's wicked attachment. There's no way I could let go. So just put your hand right on your heart and you can repeat after me. There's this part of me that is totally attached.
There's this part of me that is totally attached.
And I just welcome this part of me that's totally attached.
And I just welcome this part of me that is totally attached.
I welcome where I have an agenda here.
I welcome where I have an agenda here.
It's okay that there's this agenda.
It's okay that there is this agenda.
And this part of me who's holding.
This part of me who's holding it.
I can have this part of me and be at peace.
I can have this part of me and be at peace.
Okay, take a breath. Okay, and then the other component that was here is the fear that it won't work, it won't change, I won't get it. I'll always be this way. I'll lose. Good. Say, I welcome this fear.
I welcome this fear.
And the one who's fighting.
And the one who is fighting.
To try to make this change.
To try and make this change.
I welcome the one who's disciplined and fights.
I welcome the one who disciplines and who fights.
Who doesn't let things slide.
Who doesn't let things slide.
I just welcome that one to be here.
I just welcome that one to be here.
As it is, how it is.
As it is, how it is.
From the beingness that I am.
From the beingness that I am.
There is no need for this to be different now.
There is no need for it to be different now.
Good. Take a breath. I welcome where I've identified with this.
I welcome where I identify with this.
Where I've identified as this.
Or I have identified as this.
Where this is who I am.
Where this is who I am.
And so I have to keep fighting.
And so I have to keep fighting.
There is a space in me.
There is a space in me.
That is just the beingness observing.
That is just the beingness observing.
And from that beingness. It's okay that there's the one identifying with this.
It's okay, the one that is identifying with this.
I welcome all the ways I identify as this illness.
I welcome all the ways that I identify identify with this illness.
I welcome all the ways I identify as the one who has to fight.
I welcome and identify with the one that has to fight.
Okay, this is good because that's been part of the identity too. I'm disciplined. I don't let things slide. So I welcome where I've identified as this.
I welcome that I identify with this.
Okay, take a deep breath. Good. Now we're just going to welcome the energy. I welcome the energy of this illness.
I welcome the energy of this illness.
Take a deep breath. Yeah, because to embrace and accept the symptoms, we've got to first welcome what's here as it is. Say, it's okay for me to welcome this.
It is okay for me to welcome this.
From the allness that I am.
From the allness that I am.
From the true power of I am.
From the true power of I am.
I welcome all of this to be here.
I welcome all of this to be here.
As it is now.
As it is now.
Take a deep breath. I welcome that I have the tendency.
I welcome that I have the tendency.
To jump back into the ego.
To jump back into the ego.
And do the patterns.
And do the patterns.
And that's okay too.
And that's okay too.
I can have peace, joy, and health.
I can have peace, joy, and health.
And have those patterns be there.
And have those patterns be there.
The difference is I'm no longer in resistance to them.
The difference is that I am no longer in resistance to them.
I'm no longer identified as them.
I am no longer identified as them.
Because I've welcomed being identified as them.
Because I've welcomed being identified with them.
Yeah, what you resist persists. So if you just welcome it, it doesn't have the stronghold. I realize I can welcome all of it.
I realize that I can welcome all of it.
To be here as it is now.
To be here as it is now.
And that is the great shift.
And that is the great shift.
That lets everything change.
That lets everything change.
First, I feel slight more peace.
First, I feel a slight more peace.
Because welcoming is higher than resisting.
Because welcoming is higher than resisting.
Then I feel more power.
Then I feel more power.
Because I realize I'm choosing and I am the creator.
Because I'm really realizing that I'm choosing and I am the creator.
Then I witness more things change.
Then I witness more things change.
Which is the cherry on top.
Which is the cherry on top.
Not the cake and not the purpose.
Not the cake, not the purpose.
My new purpose.
My new purpose.
Is peace.
Is peace.
When I choose peace, everything changes.
When I choose peace, everything changes.
When I choose peace, I am more at peace.
When I choose peace, I am more at peace.
Take a breath. So it doesn't matter so much what's happening.
So it doesn't matter much what's happening.
When I'm more at peace.
When I am more at peace.
More peaceful things happen.
More peaceful things happen.
It creates all the space in the world.
It creates all the space in the world.
For a total resolution of the old self.
For a total resolution of the old self.
And so I already am free.
So I already am free.
Okay, take a few deep breaths. You can open your eyes when you're ready.
I just had something major sink.
Yeah.
All I got to do is worrying about, not worry, that's a bad word. All I got to do is contain the peace. And I don't have to worry about anything else because everything else will just fall the way it's supposed to. So that's all. And you know what? For me, as a control person, that's easy. I love that. That's like taking off all the layers. It's just that one little, just all I have to do is maintain the peace. How's that?
100%.
Wow, that seems like so much easier than trying to do all the other things on top of it. I can eliminate all of that and that's one thing. That's one thing I have to just think. That's it, no more, nothing else. Wow, that just sunk in. Woo. That was good. That's great.
That is so
I just
powerful.
felt this pressure relief. Like that's all I got to worry about. Not worry about, but that's all I got to concentrate on is keeping my peace.
Yes.
That's it.
100%.
No food, no this, no exercise, no way. If I need those things, there'll be an opportunity. It'll just happen.
Yes.
Oh, it's a nice day. I don't have any appointments this afternoon. Well, let me go in the backyard and take a walk. Instead of waking up in the morning, when am I going to get the walk in? Right. So it's a whole different way of doing it. Yeah. Wow. It just feels so good. Just already it feels great.
Yes. Yes, because you'll prioritize peace instead of prioritizing the walk because you think the walk is going to give you more peace.
Right.
If prioritize
or get to my goal, right?
Yes. Right. Get to my goal, but why do I have the goal? So finally, maybe I'll have a little peace.
Right. Wow. Whew, that's big. Wow. You just cleaned my glasses. That's great.
It's very simple, but do you see how
Wow.
hard that is for so many people to receive?
Well, because this tries to complicate everything.
Yeah.
Just got to get out of our heads, man. Wow. It's crazy. It is crazy, like literally crazy.
Yeah. That's the mind.
One thing that Eckhart said in one of his books, and I always repeat this to everybody. He says, when you see somebody walking down the street and they're talking to themselves.
Yes.
And what do people say? Oh, he's crazy. But he says, guess what? All of you are doing that. You're just not verbalizing it. Yeah, I just think about that all the time, right? We're all doing what that person's doing. That person is just spilling it out. They're not crazy. We're just keeping it up here. We're just not saying it, but we're all doing the same thing.
Yes.
Right?
We're having a conversation that we buy into.
Yeah.
Playing over and over.
Yeah.
Creating.
Okay. Wow.
Well done.
I feel light right now. Okay. Wow. I just felt lightheaded for a second. That's great. That's good.
This is your power. And this, if nothing else, this moment, everything is in this one moment. If you forget, if you go back into chaos, always remember, like, wait a minute, where's the peace?
Got to keep the peace.
Like, what will create peace in this moment? And you'll realize you can choose peace in every moment. It might not be ultimate peace. It might be 2% more peace than where I am now. But when your entire choice becomes and goal becomes to choose more peace, everything will flow for you. So if you're in the middle of like an argument or you're feeling sensations and symptoms or whatever, wait, let me go back to my choice. I choose greater peace. That's why, all right, it's okay. I'm having these symptoms right now. It's such a powerful choice. It's a quantum leap from resisting the symptoms. Or you're in an argument and you're like, you know what, let me just feel my heart right now. Now I feel a little more at peace. Maybe stuff's still hitting the fan, but I shifted 2%. Now, every word you say, every choice you make will be very different. You'll create a different relationship. You've got to go to the now and you've got to make that choice. That's what lets everything show up differently. It lets the energy body emit a different message. And you'll see people immediately change. Like if you're in a fight or argument, then you realize, wait a minute, that's not who I want to be. This feels more peaceful. Let me let that fight go, let the tension go in my body. You'll see them change as well.
Well, because when you become less hostile, they automatically will step down, right? So it's the same. Yeah. I've been doing that.
You have a lot of power and a lot of energy. So when you're in that negative alignment, it's going to fuel the fire of that fight. And then when you shift yourself, because there's so much power in your system, you'll see it shift the whole room.
I mean, I've been doing that with clients, in the last, not just recently, but I found that, when I don't react to their hostility or someone complaining, I immediately feel that it just diffuses real quick. It's almost like they want you to feed into their negativity. So I just back off. And then all of a sudden they back off.
When now, if you do it because it creates more peace in you, you'll have an even higher result. Sometimes people do it to manipulate the situation and make the person change, or they do it to get out of the situation. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just won't create as much prosperity. When you do it because it creates more peace within me, you'll see amplified shifts and changes. So all of these things that we listed 1 through 10, that I love how you created that. That is beautiful. All of these things, use them for the purpose of attaining greater peace.
That's it. End the story. Stop it there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's something new for me to work on. I'll tell you that. Not that this is new, but peace instead of another outcome.
Yeah.
That's new for me. Okay.
Yeah. The choice for peace comes from the true self. The choice to make an outcome happen comes from the small self. So if you don't want to function from the small self, strengthen the small self, feed the small self, make that choice. I choose peace, because the small self has no use for peace, right? Peace, shneesh. We'll get to peace after we get the stuff done. Let me get the stuff done. You don't understand. We got to get this done. I've got to escape. I've got to make it better. I've got to achieve. Then we'll have some peace. The small self never gets to peace. And so the only way to let the small self and the chaos it creates dissolve is to choose from the higher self. And what the higher self knows is, I am that which I'm seeking. I am peace. I am joy. I am love.
You can have the peace without fixing the stuff first to get.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Because when you choose peace, everything can realign to peace. So you have to choose it before fixing the stuff, because the stuff can't really resolve until you come into a higher frequency.
So then when you get up in the morning, all you have to do is say, my priority today is peace. That's it. And let everything else drop behind it. Like, that's not what I do, right? So, I got to do this. So first, right now it's peace.
Yes.
And then we'll work on other things. Wow. That's great, Kim. Wow.
Thank you.